in my early 30s, I thought that I wouldn't make it. I reached out to SOS. Today, I'm nearing my 40s and I'm a counsellor with SOS. Hi, I'm Shantini. People call me Shan. I'm a counsellor in Samaritans of Singapore SOS in the client care team. And I've been with SOS for coming to about 2.5 years. Samaritans of Singapore SOS is the leading organisation for suicide prevention. And we also strive to be an available lifeline for anyone in a crisis. We provide emotional support for those in a crisis, for those thinking about suicide or affected by suicide. We are a non-profit and also a non-religious organisation. It's not only crisis intervention, but also suicide prevention, suicide intervention, and suicide post-prevention efforts. So we cover the whole spectrum of suicidality. The bulk of my time is spent counselling clients, for example, supporting them in terms of whether it's suicidal thoughts, suicide attempts, or suicide loss, right? And running support groups. We have this program called Be a Samaritan program, which is for the community to get equipped on how to recognize warning signs, even how to ask the suicide question, how to support someone in distress. Every single one of us have a part to play. That's why more than just counselling work, we are also involved in advocacy, we are also involved in training. All these efforts come together. We are not working in silos. Every client that comes in, even though they are in a distressed state, in a vulnerable state, I use a strength-based approach to see it not as they are a client that you need to manage their risks, right? But it is really about seeing them as a person. They have strengths. And how can I journey with them, how can I listen with them and to support them. So in suicidality, we always say this, it is very fluid. The risk levels can change, right? And there is also ambivalence involved. I want to die, I want to live also. So acknowledging that and putting it out as a strength, right? In terms of they coming to a session itself, that is a courageous step, that is celebrated. Trust, it's not a one-time thing, like when they come in and then we expect to build a trust, but it's a continuous journey throughout every session that we build that trust. Sometimes they do not want to talk, right? But it's not just taking it for granted, like what are the reasons? Is the silence itself, actually there's a deeper meaning for it. So it might be fears, so it's to actually put it out there, acknowledge these fears and talk about it. Or sometimes it might even be they have been invalidated their whole life, right? Because when they shared their struggles, someone instead told them, why not you be stronger? Why not you do certain things? When we talk about happy ending, there's different perspectives, right? Like what is a happy ending? So when clients come and see, and then we see them through sessions, and then comes termination. Usually clients have this expectation, even, okay, termination, I'm doing well now, everything is going well. But the reality is, for suicidality or even the healing journey, it's non-linear, relapses are normal, right? And so when they come back, it is putting it out to clients even that it is part of the process, that it's not a sign of weakness, it's not a failure. One of the work that I do, and the program is local outreach for suicide survivors, right? Where we provide immediate support for clients who have lost the next of kins. And one such case that I really remember, and I think it deeply impacted me, was his family was actually foreigners, a mom, a wife, and 2 children who were minors, primary and secondary. And they were here on a holiday, actually, because the deceased was a foreign worker working here. And he had invited his family to come here for a 1-month holiday so that they could spend the time. But midway through the trip, he took his life. I think to see that rawness, to see that impact, the confusion, what was supposed to be such a happy occasion turned tragic. It was something that I don't forget, something that I realized how important is the work that SOS does. Every life is so precious. As the statistics that are released, it's just not a number, right? Behind that statistic is actually a real life. A life that had stories, a life that has struggles, hopes and dreams. It's actually another family member, a colleague, a friend, a parent, a child, and the list goes on. So it's not viewing it as just a case, right? But it's really a person that is there